All right, mate, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. We're getting straight into this one. Premier League Team of the Season. I'm going to share my thoughts. I've got my brother Seb with me, who's going to share his.
I've got some controversial things I want to weigh in here.
Oh, I'm looking forward to
Might
it.
rattle some people.
Two minds better than one. Let's get straight into it. Goalkeeper, who you got?
Pope.
Pope?
Yes.
Okay.
Pope. Playing for Burnley. And now I'm going to disclaim everything I'm going to say today. I am massively into my fantasy football. And I know I'll look into a lot of the stats. I actually subscribe to a few websites where you get back-end stats like expected goals, expected clean sheets, all this good stuff. And Nick Pope, he's playing for Burnley, who are very solid at the team. You know, they've got a good structure there. But I think he's a huge part of that. And I think a lot of people talk about Henderson as the next Man United goalkeeper. I think Nick Pope is someone that should be seriously looked at for a big move to a big club because I rate him very, very highly. Nearly pipping Man City and Alisson and obviously Ederson for clean sheets. The Golden Glove. Nearly got the Golden Glove with Burnley. Unheard of.
It's a good shout. I didn't have him. We both made our teams kind of off the video. I had Henderson at first, and I crossed him out and put Ederson.
I think it's fair.
And basically, because you'll see as I go through my guys, I didn't think I had enough Man City players. So I thought, you come second in the league. But equally, Sheffield United, with Henderson, they've got to be looked at.
Yeah.
He did have one or two high-profile errors, Henderson, but there's no doubt in his potential. I'm surprised Man United are still sticking with De Gea. I think cash in on De Gea. If you can get Oblak as part of a deal with him going to Atletico Madrid, great. If not, throw Henderson in there.
I agree. De Gea's career is too up and down. Kane was terrible, got brilliant, terrible again. It's only going to repeat as a cycle. Man United trying to get back to the top. He's not the man.
Yeah.
Right, so you're going Ederson.
Well, I've got Ederson. You've got Pope.
I mean, let's be honest. Like Ederson probably is a better goalkeeper for the modern day of football because of what he gives to the team. He actually gets assists. Nick Pope doesn't do that. So I'm happy to be voted down.
And in a team like Burnley, to keep that many clean sheets, I know they set up defensively, but you're going to you've got potential to concede more goals than Ederson does because they have less of the ball.
Normally, you get the player who wins the most stats for saves throughout the year is normally a bad team. So I think Tim Krul got it this year, the most amount of saves. But Pope is in the top 5.
But Leno is up there for Arsenal.
Well, that says a lot about Arsenal. But Pope, I'm saying, he's nearly got the clean sheet record and got one of the most saves in the league. So when he's getting those clean sheets, I think he's earning them. Whereas I think Ederson or Alisson are getting a lot of them earned for him by defenders.
We'll come back to it because it depends on the rest of the team. But we're going to say it's going to be Ederson or Pope.
Yeah.
Okay. Defence. I've got a back 4.
Give me a back 4.
You got back 4.
I've got back 4 as well.
Right. It's what I've gone with. Robertson left back.
Yep.
It's easy.
Hard to argue.
Most people's team of the season have gone mostly Liverpool. Yep. I've done the same. I've got Robertson. I've got Virgil van Dijk. I've got Trent right back. Sionchu from Leicester is my other centre back.
I like it.
Talk to me.
I like all of those. I've only got 2 of them.
Really?
I've got Trent for obvious reasons.
So we agree on Trent. He's in.
He's in. He's probably the best player in the league,
right back.
Realistically, from right back. Like for a fantasy manager, he is the best thing in the world. He's goal scoring, clean sheets, attacking returns, everything.
Assists.
Van Dijk, exactly. Van Dijk, no brainer again.
Agreed on that.
Agreed on those two. Locked in. Done. I've got another option. Now, he's a right back as well, so I have to play on the other flank, which is out of position. But I'm going as 2 fullbacks here as opposed to a left and a right back.
Okay.
And that's Wan-Bissaka. I think he's fantastic. I like to, like you said, you wanted to have some more Man City players with Ederson. I want to make sure we don't go too Liverpool. As much as I get that, and they're brilliant, one of the best Premier League teams we've ever seen, but let's not be too boring here. So Wan-Bissaka for me, 129 tackles, most tackles of anyone in the league, gets forward a little bit. I think that's an area he can develop in more, but I think he will develop more his attacking prowess. But he's definitely got it in his locker, got plenty of assists for me this year. Wan-Bissaka for me, I like him. I think he's tough.
Joey doesn't like him. Joey's kicking off.
Joey's fuming with that decision. If Joey's fuming about that, he's going to be even more fuming about this one. Lewis Dunk.
From Brighton?
Wow. Now, I think... Now, Brighton are like... Probably you would agree outperformed their station this year a little bit, right? Which is fair. Right up there in the amount of blocks, interceptions, right up there in the amount of completed passes. I think he's very important to Brighton. Although... he might not be the sexiest guy. This is like one for sort of one of the niche guys, right? In that he's a bit of a hero. Like he's the sort of guy that might have won, like Danny Whitehead type sort of guy from the old days, right?
Not that bad.
Yeah. So I like him. I think he's a hero status for Brighton. I imagine Brighton fans will one day have a statue of him if he stays at the club. So Lewis Dunk for a bit of banter, but also he's got some underlying stats to back that up. The only other centre backs I quite like is obviously some of the Leicester players, like you said, Sionchu.
Johnny Evans, some people have had in there.
In the bag, I also like Lucas Digne at Everton. I like attacking-minded but Everton have been too poor this year for him to really make the cut for me. So yeah, realistically, I'm happy to just get Dunk's name in the conversation and recede on him.
Listen, it's very welcomed because Brighton fans hate me because every single year I put them quite low on the Premier League predictions, usually to go down, and they always prove me wrong. So the thing is, I've got to think about next year. We're obviously not doing that video right now, but I'm thinking, right, do I finally admit Brighton are better than I think they are? And now I know you. I guarantee the year I predict them to stay up, they'll go down.
They go down.
Anyway, I don't know if I can have Dunk.
No, I like
it.
That.
I like it as a shout.
Yeah, it's just one of them.
Some people have had Evans from Leicester. Some people have had Harry Maguire. I like the Wan-Bissaka shout because United have improved defensively ridiculously amount.
Incredibly.
So I don't know how I feel about Wan-Bissaka at left back though, and I don't actually think.
Let's be honest. I'll make this easy because we don't want this video to go on forever. I think let's go with Robertson. I'm not going to keep laying down on these, by the way, but I'm going to lay down on this one again because he's out of position. Wan-Bissaka's not enough above Robertson to get playing out of position for him. Yeah. Plus, let's be honest, we're making the best team. 3 Liverpool defenders all together. There's synergy there.
We need the other centre back. Are we going Dunk or Sionchu?
I mean,
Brighton survived relegation. Leicester, Europa League.
I think Sionchu is a warrior type defender that will play quite nicely along VVD and who is also a warrior, but it allows VVD to roam a little bit, which he does like to do. So.
We'll come back to it because it's one we both got a player for because it depends who else we've got, if we've got other Leicester players or whatever.
Yep.
Let's move into midfield. I'm gone 4-4-2 in my team.
I've gone 4-3-3.
Okay, so who's your first centre mid?
Obviously Henderson.
Yeah, we both got Jordan Henderson.
So he's in.
I think sometimes because people are obvious choices, we won't give him the shout out because we just say, he's in. You did it for Trent. Jordan Henderson, what a season. Player of the year.
Brilliant.
How far has he come in the last 5 years?
I'll be honest. I remember when Liverpool signed him for like 15 million, 20 million or something. I was like, the world's gone mad. This sort of unknown English player, because he's English, he's going for all that money. What a joke. Little do you know, a few years later, he's won the Champions League, he's won the Premier League, he's won Player of the Season. Like, fair play to you.
Yeah. But also, like, he has so much respect from his other players. Like, I think he's such an important.
And he does a lot of work off the field. He leads by example off the field as well as he does on it. Proper captain, he's in.
I've seen people say like he shouldn't be player of the year because he's not the best player in the league. And I think it was on James Alcott's channel, someone was suggesting we change it to MVP because he could be the most valuable player without being the best player.
That's what Lewis Dunk would be back in that conversation for Brighton.
That's about Dunk. Henderson's in.
In.
So my other centre mid in a 4-4-2, even though he can play in a lot of positions, but it's Kevin.
Kevin.
It's always a Belgian.
Kevin!
We love Kevin De Bruyne.
What's not to say? The way he strikes a football, Spencer, it just excites me. When you see the ball, like, he's 2 goals on the final day for nothing else. Like, it's just outrageous.
He should have got a second assist. He should have the most assists in Premier League history.
He should.
To the Mahrez goal. They didn't give it to him.
And there's a couple of other ones he's had chalked off this season as well. But KDB, he can do it anywhere, against anyone. I think he's one of the best players in the world, let alone the Premier League. Yeah. So him and Henderson together excites me.
It would have been unlikely, unless Man City win the Champions League. Obviously, the Ballon d'Or's been cancelled, but I was saying with it being cancelled, he's missed out there, at least on a podium finish, I think.
I'd agree with that.
I think he'd have been in there. If they'd won the Champions League, I think he'd have got it. So my wide men in my 4-4-2, we'll work the formation out, but I've gone Liverpool. I've got Mane and Salah.
Okay, well, Salah's in mine up front as a 3.
Okay.
So let's tick Salah. The reason I like Salah is I love how direct he is. Mane, I think, does really well. The amount of headed goals he gets for not a big guy is quite impressive, to be honest. Salah, maybe his stats look a little better because he is on pens most of the time when Milner's not playing. But the thing I love about Salah, especially as a fantasy manager, coming back to that, is how willing he is to shoot. I love his greediness. And that, for me, is the reason why I like to play him further up the field. He just wants to score goals. He wants to shoot shots inside the box, probably the top in the season, if not the top. So for me, I love a direct... When you're against Salah, you're never restful because you know at any minute he's going to try and bang one. And he can bang one. I was in the stadium that night. You were working for BT Sport. He cut inside with his left foot against Roma. Oh my God, what a finish. I remember just being excited by him. Can go missing sometimes, but away from home, he's not as good.
It obviously wasn't this season either. No. We've got to talk about this season.
Yeah, this season. No,
he hasn't lived up to the form he had in his first Liverpool season, but he's still crucial to them.
Still right up there, mate. I mean,
but you've not gone Mane.
No, I've not gone Mane, but he's on my bench.
Well, I'm not doing a bench.
Primarily because I don't want to over-Liverpool it. So I know they won the title.
Who's in instead of Mane then?
Well, you want to go up front for me now?
Well, yeah, that's your team, isn't it?
All right, so up front.
Who's your other centre mid then?
Bruno Fernandes.
See, Bruno's
the reason I'm saying him, and the reason I'd be willing to be pushed on him, is because he came late.
Yeah, January.
But he's changed Man United.
Yes.
For me, I'm not a Man United fan, I'm a West Ham fan, right? But I come up from a generation when Man U were the imperious team. Just like people from an older generation remember Liverpool being that imperious team, right? Man United, for me, it excites me. It feels more like football's in balance when they're playing well. right? Don't get me wrong, I don't want them to do well against West Ham. We got a great point against them. But Fernandes, for me, I know he's on pens, but his stats are a joke. Goals, assists, everything. I think he's lifted the confidence. He's bringing those players around him up a level. I think Greenwood's better with him. I think Martial's better with him.
I think he could be the thing that makes Pogba stay.
I agree. And they look so good together. Like, as in not just playing well, but look like they're really getting on together. It looks like Pogba gives a...
But that's the thing I would say against Bruno. Not just that he only came in January, but also Man United should have a player in this team, but I didn't know who to put in.
It's him.
Because I feel like... He's coming Jan. I feel like it wouldn't be Pogba, but I feel like Greenwood's had moments, Martial's had moments, Rashford's had moments.
Yeah, but you know when they've all had their moments
of the goals,
since he's turned up.
It's true. Oh, well, actually, I think Rashford was doing all right. I think their spread of the goals is what's made them such a good team now because they can play any number of people and they might even be adding Sancho to the mix. So they're going to be a joke next year. There could easily be a case where Bruno Fernandes is the player of the calendar year. If he has a really good start to the season.
Yeah, I would probably fight quite hard on him if we're playing three in the middle, but I'm going to struggle to get Henderson or KDB out for him. So I'll say that.
No, we've both
what
got
I will say
Henderson
about
and
your
KDB.
two on the wings, Mane and Salah, is that they could play further forward.
So who else you got then? We'll park.
So
we'll park
here we
Mane
go
and
then.
Bruno.
So I've got two other guys. I'm gonna go a bit more straightforward now. Aubameyang. Now the reason I've got Aubameyang is right up there once again in the Golden Boot race. Didn't win it, but I've got thoughts on that. I know Jamie Vardy right now is not in my team. I'll tell you why. Because so many of his goals are from penalties. And as a striker, I think that's heavily weighted him. Yes, he went on that ridiculous run, but then he went absolutely missing until right at the end again. I've got nothing against him, but for me, the player that gets it over Jamie Vardy with Aubameyang is Danny Ings. Danny Ings is doing it for Southampton. He's a goal machine. He used to be injury prone. He seems to have come through that, and he's just a machine. He scores goals for fun, Spen. He nearly won Golden Boot, one goal off of Jamie Vardy. And Danny Ings was top with 6 woodworks. Hit the woodwork 6 times this year, as well as got 22 goals.
Listen, you're preaching to converted. I've got Ings.
Oh, brilliant.
I've got Ings.
There we go.
My
Danny,
4-4-2 up front is Ings and Vardy.
So there we go. All right, fine. So there we
I
go.
haven't gone Alba because I just think that even though you're right about the penalties, I think that Vardy is playing in arguably, I was going to say a worse team, but are Leicester worse than Arsenal? They're probably not, are they?
If I can push
the
you
league
off
table says
Vardy
they're
to
not.
Aubameyang, then we've got a team.
We definitely agree on Ings.
So Ings is, if I can convince you on that, then the team would be 3 in the middle of Henderson, KDB, Fernandes potentially.
I'm not sure about Fernandes.
No, up front would be Salah, Aubameyang and Ings. You could play Vardy instead of Aubameyang. I'm open to that.
The question mark here is Bruno or Mane. Or Mane.
Yeah, for me, I think it would be very unfair to not give Man United a spot in the team. We're not gone for Maguire. I think Bruno's a big enough story to get it, mate. I really do. I think he's won. Wan-Bissaka's been pushed out of it. I get that. But they've defended brilliant this year, so he would be a shout.
It's of the season.
Yeah, I know. But like, equally, man of the match sometimes is a guy off the bench. And for me, Bruno's done enough off the bench this year to be exciting. Obviously, you can just give it to Mane, like, well done, you scored loads of goals, mate. You won the league, well done. Like, you were on Instagram, mate, when they lifted the trophy. That's embarrassing for me. He was on Instagram Live, got so much... he's lost a lot of points for me for that. He's lost a lot of man points.
You can't make... Yeah, but team of the season point.
Team of the season. If I want to play in my team, I want to know they're a good man, as well as I want to know they're a good footballer.
All these guys probably aren't all good men, I'm not going to lie.
I'm just trying to think, actually, if I won the league, I'd probably be on Instagram as well.
Exactly. I don't think you take that.
For me, when you've already got Salah, Henderson, the entire back 5... to then put Mane in, I mean, should we just call it Liverpool then and have it done with? Like, who do we get?
So my team, my 4-4-2, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Liverpool players. 6 of 11.
Mine has 2, 3, 4.
How Liverpool was so dominant this year, mate. 6 of 11 isn't that many. It's not 8 or 9. It's 6.
But I'm willingly saying that I'm trying to be different with this team.
That's fine.
I'm not going out there just to pick the best team.
I respect why he's not in your team, but we've got to make one team.
I agree. And here's what I'll say to you. Do you really think that Aubameyang would do any worse in the Liverpool team than Mane?
I thought you were going to say Aubameyang or Vardy. I mean, I think you can make an argument for either of them for sure. The reason I want to put Vardy in is because of the journey.
I don't mind that.
33 years old.
Let's do a deal. Talk to me. Terry Tibbs, right? Let's go Vardy over Aubameyang. Let's go Bruno over Mane. Play 4-3-3.
What, and we're playing Vardy as one of the wide men and Ings as a striker?
Man. Yep.
No Mane. Bruno's in. What are we doing about Edison Pope? I think we've got to go Edison.
I think we go Edison.
Only 2 City players.
Yeah, we need a City
player. If you give me Sionchu over Dunk...
No, I'm fine with that.
We'll get rid of Dunk. Sionchu's in. Bruno's in. Sorry, or we've got Henderson as a CDM and Bruno and De Bruyne together.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to do a hell of a job there sitting with KDB and Bruno in front of you, Jordan. You have to do some there. You might need a little bit of help from time to time. But I think VVD can go and help him there because we're going to have Sionchu to hold the fort.
So, to confirm, this is our team of the season. Brothers have come together.
The brothers team.
And we've made a team. Edison in goal for Man City. Back four, Robertson left back, Virgil van Dijk, Sionchu from Leicester, Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool. So 3 Liverpool players in the back four. CDM, Jordan Henderson. In front of him, De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes. And then ahead of them, we've got Salah on the right, Vardy on the left, Danny Ings.
Danny Ings has got team of the year. He deserves it, though. He deserves it.
We've got our team. Let us know in the comments below what you think of it. Who would you have in? Who have we missed out?
They already have. They're all right in Lewis Dunk.
Last 2 questions. Who's the captain? Jordan?
Looking at the names on that team sheet, I would say it is Jordan or VVD, but because Jordan is VVD's captain, it has to be Jordan.
And who's the manager?
Devs.
Klopp's won LMA manager of the year.
It's Klopp, let's be honest. For a number of reasons. For the fact that he's incredible manager, probably my favourite manager I've ever watched as a manager, but also just logically he's got a lot of his players he's already got relationships with.
You got to go Klopp, but you go Wilder as his assistant, Sheffield United.
Wilder in there, yeah.
Or Rodgers. You can't have Rodgers because even though Leicester bottled it in the restart. Shout out to Wolves, by the way. We haven't got any of their players in here.
No.
I've seen, who was it? It was Glenn Hoddle's team this season. He had Ruben Neves in centre mid and he had Cody from Wolves as well and Jimenez.
Here's what I say about Wolves. Very good defensively. I think it's probably a little unfair of me. We haven't looked at people like Saiss maybe as a centre-back option for Wolves, because he's pretty solid.
Jimenez
is a goal machine, but what Jimenez doesn't do, what Aubameyang and Ings and Salah do, he goes nuts and scores 2 or 3 in a game. He just gets goal. He plods along. He's very consistent.
Yeah, he's very good.
Jimenez, very good finisher.
All right, we're going to leave it there, guys. Let us know what you think of the team in the comments below. Drop a like if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more. If you want any other videos coming soon, let me know. Until next time, don't go changing.
Lewis Dunk, Lewis Dunk, Lewis Dunk.